Multiple fires are being investigated this morning after crews saw an eventful weekend.
More jobs are heading to the coast after the state's $29 million investment.
And as we start out our week, we can expect to see some rain and snow showers in the mix.
Watching out for you. This is NewsWatch 12 this morning.
Good morning. The time is 6 a.m. on Monday, October 28th. And right now we're taking a snowy look at the Lodge camera in Ashland. Welcome to NewsWatch 12 this morning. I'm Damon Alvarado.
And I'm Brinkley Hill. Sarah, look at this view. It is beautiful, although, it's not even Halloween yet. What are we seeing?
I know. I'm very excited to see it snow right now over into Mount Ashland. It's definitely going to be here for most of the week as well. We'll touch on that in just a second. I know a lot of people are looking forward to Halloween, but I might have some bad news for us. But go ahead and taking a look at what we're seeing this morning. Showers working their way in, seeing snow in those higher elevations, also seeing snow in the Cascades this morning. But as you're heading out to the bus stop, you're definitely going to need that rain jacket or an umbrella this morning. Put on those rain boots as well. It'll be rather wet for today, and by the time we're heading home, we're not warming up by much, and we can also expect to see some showers still as we're heading home from school or work today. But looking at our high temperatures for today, like I said, we're not warming up too much and we're well below average for most of the region. Seeing our temperatures about 9 degrees below average into Medford, 8 degrees as we head over to Klamath Falls. Most of the region seeing those temperatures about 10 degrees below average for today. And just planning out when we'll be warming up ever so slightly. We'll be staying in the 40s for most of today, getting up into the 50s as we do make our way past the lunchtime hours. And then we'll be cooling back down again. We'll likely be seeing some of those showers linger into the overnight hours, but it will be drying out as we do make our way into Tuesday. We'll talk more about what we can expect for the rest of the week coming up.
This morning, Medford police are investigating a shooting that happened at a large private event over the weekend. Police responded to reports of gunshots on Bullock Road Sunday morning. Someone fired shots hitting a security guard and a young person in the crowd. Both were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. If anyone has any information on the shooting, MPD is asking you to call Detective Dennis. All of this information is on our website.
Moving into our fire watch this morning, NewsWatch 12 has new video of flames that lit up the night sky.
Yeah, take a look at these flames sent in by a viewer. Multiple agencies responded to the fire north of Grants Pass in Merlin. You can see these hot flames burning everything in its path. Firefighters got control of the fire overnight at about 8 p.m.
Rural Metro Fire says no structures were threatened, but just take a look at these photos. You can see just how large the fire looked at one point yesterday evening.
And this morning, another fire is being investigated. Take a look at this large trailer fire. It was at some point used for recreation, but firefighters found the trailer abandoned at the intersection of Bear Creek Road and Thompson Creek Road in Selma. The fire was put out before it spread to anything else nearby.
Take a look at this small truck fire on Redwood Avenue. Crews used a bumper line off the front of the fire engine to quickly put out the majority of the fire. A bumper line is a 100-foot hose line pre-connected to the engine and stored in front of the bumper of all Grants Pass fire engines.
And although we did see quite a few fires over the weekend, the Oregon Department of Forestry did declare an end to fire season in Jackson and Josephine counties. ODF responded to 243 fires in Jackson and Josephine counties. Both fires burned over 5,000 acres. And while this exceeds the 10-year average in fire incidents, the acreage burned is down by about 6,000 or 7,000. On your screens, you can see footage of the two largest fires in our region this season, the Upper Applegate and Salt Creek fires.
While we did have a busy year, thankfully we really only saw a couple large fires on the district, the largest being the Salt Creek fire that was stopped at about 4,100 acres, and the next being Upper Applegate that we saw at the beginning of the season.
It urges residents to remain vigilant as debris burning resumes. It's essential to check with local fire departments for permits and burn day guidelines as the community welcomes the wetter months. Staying informed and prepared will help ensure safety moving forward. And fire season has been over in Klamath and Lake counties for a few days. ODF says there were 155 fires across Klamath and Lake counties. More than 94,000 acres burned throughout the 2024 fire season.
And now that fire season is over, the fall open burn window starts next weekend. The open burn window will run from November 2nd through the 10th. You can start to apply for those burn permits this Wednesday in person or online. And this morning, you're going to want to look out for animals on your morning commute. The Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife says that October and November are the 2 months out of the year when deer and elk complete their annual migration to winter ranges. You're more likely to hit an animal over the next month than any other time throughout the year. Drivers should be extra careful where there's lots of bushes and trees on the sides of the roads. You should slow down around curves and always expect more animals when you see only one.
The Oregon Housing Stability Council approved funding for new affordable housing developments this month, including a few in our region. In Medford, 36 new homes will be built at 2100 East Barnett, and in Grants Pass, 2 developments received funding. The Hillcrest Veterans Village will bring 36 homes to the city, prioritizing low-income veterans in the community. And Nebraska Trail will bring 50 new homes into the city. Another major announcement about the Port of Coos Bay. Senator Ron Wyden's office said that an additional $29 million in federal funding is heading to the port's intermodal terminal project. That's on top of the $25 million announced last week. The port project is expected to bring over 8,000 jobs to the area, and it would be the nation's first fully ship-to-rail terminal. Senator Wyden says the additional money will be used to improve and repair additional rail lines in the area and to help tie up any loose ends.
This is going to help us with the permitting that's necessary. It's going to help us working with the private sector because it'll show that we're lining up more support back east. And you know, it's been a long time since the South Coast had this kind of 1-2 punch for progress.
Senator Ron Wyden says this has been in the works for a long time to bring a new set of economic opportunities to the South Coast to try to reverse years of economic decline in the area. He says they're also having conversations around how they plan to accommodate a likely population boom.
The Oregon Department of Corrections is letting you know that a data breach could have shared the personal information of more than 850 people. The staff member mistakenly emailed a spreadsheet to 2 people wishing to visit one of its institutions. The spreadsheet has personal information from 861 people's ODOC completed background checks. No financial information or social security numbers were breached, but the state was able to remove the email from the system. ODOC is making 12 months of identity theft resolution services available at no cost.
For more than 50 years, a nonprofit student organization has advocated to protect students' interests across Oregon, but now it's shutting down. The Oregon Student Association announced its closure earlier this month. They've helped the University of Oregon, Oregon State University, and Lane Community College, but they're shutting down because of organization and funding struggles. A recent crash killed one of their staff members and critically injured their executive director.
Our staff went through this really traumatic event. You know, it's been just really cumbersome to figure out the path forward. So that's why we've come to this decision.
Since 1975, the OSA helped unify students and made higher education more equitable and accessible. They claim to have secured billions in state funding for public and community colleges since their founding. Klamath County School District and the Oregon Institute of Technology teamed up for Ready, Set, Innovate. This hands-on day gave students the chance to bring ideas to reality. Students got to participate in creating brainstorming sessions, working together, and learning things like how to start and manage a business.